is a speech from Tanboy. Should I post it in Facebook? I'll keep it. You have been an amazing audience today. You have danced, you have sang, you have done everything. Can I ask one more thing? I've noticed that you brought your body, but let's just double check that. Can you stand up? Yes, that's the attitude. This is a TED event to find your passion, and we're going to find your passion. But we need everything with us. Let's double check if you had your body with you. Let's try with the nose. Touch your nose. Did you bring your nose? Yes? Okay, it's there. Did you bring your ears? All right, your ears are there. Then hold on. Oh, there's a neck. And the neck attaches to the body. The head. You brought a head and you brought a body. Do you have your arms with you? Can you wave them? Can I see you waving them? Whoa, everybody brought their arms. Now let's just double check. Legs. We brought our legs with us today. We have our body with us. Now put your hand here. Can you feel your heart beating? Yes, you feel your heart beating. After watching Tanboy singing, how can you not feel your heart popping up? Wow, yeah! You can feel your heart. Now, if I ask you, did you bring your soul with you? Yes. Hold on a second. Yes or no? Touch it. Not possible, right? But do you know that you have a soul? Yes. Did you bring it? Yes. But you cannot touch it. There are certain things that we cannot touch, we cannot see. Do you feel emotions? And now you can sit down. Now let me ask you, why the hell did you stand up and start touching yourself? Just because I asked you. What if I go on the street and ask a stranger, hey, start touching yourself? Would you do it? I would probably get slapped or arrested or even deported out of Vietnam. But why do you do it if I'm on stage? If I'm on stage and ask you, check if you brought your body with you, and you start checking. That is the power of the stage. That is the power that actors have for the audience. And this is something that is beautiful because it draws audiences. It takes audiences from behind and travel to different places that you cannot see, that you cannot necessarily feel. That is the beauty of theater. And this is what I'm going to talk about today. But before I start talking about my passion theater, I want to start with a verse of a French poet called Paul Eluard. He said, "Earth is blue like an orange." When I read it the first time when I was in high school, it said like poetry, French poetry. I know French people are crazy, but this is too much. Earth is blue like an orange. And I said, was this Mr. Paul Eluard stupid? Was he crazy? Was he colorblind? Couldn't he see that oranges are orange? I've never seen a blue orange. No, he was not crazy. He was not stupid. He was a poet. He was trying to tell us something that may not be necessarily apparent at the first sight. Something we don't necessarily know what it means. There is a very beautiful movie, an Italian movie, about another poet, a Chilean poet called Pablo Neruda, Nobel Prize winner. His poetry inspired me when I was in the university. Very beautiful. So when I watched the movie, and I was watching about the story when Pablo Neruda decided to run away from political conflicts from his home country, Chile, And he traveled to this small island in the coast of Italy. And the town in this island was so small that they didn't even have a postman. So they hired a postman just for him because he was a world celebrity, world acclaimed poet. So he started to receive a lot of letters from the outside world, outside this small island. The movie is called Il Postino, Italian for the postman. So this postman was a poor fisherman before he became the postman, and he hadn't read poetry before. And he started to discover poetry by bringing this correspondence to Pablo Neruda, a great Nobel Prize winner, a great poet. And he started reading, and he said, I don't understand this. And then he went to him and asked him, I read this poem and I feel very, very sad. I have all these emotions in me, but I don't know what it means. And the verse that he was talking about was, the smell of barbershops made me cry out loud. What does that mean? And Pablo Neruda responded, I cannot explain what I feel with different words. And the reason is, this great poet could not explain what he felt with words, with ordinary words, with the ordinary language. Why? How come? He should know his job. He's a writer. He should know how to use words. But words were not enough. Because there are certain things that language, ordinary language, cannot communicate. The same way we have to express our soul, the language of our soul, we cannot use normal words to communicate that. We need something else. And because humans have that need to express, have to overcome the challenge by creating different kinds of languages. And that language is art. Now, some people like to express that in a visual way, so they become painters or sculptors. Some others prefer to move and become dancers and actors. Some others would like to take words, twist it, take it to a different meaning, peel the apparent meaning of words like a blue orange, and get all the juice of human emotions that we cannot normally feel through common language. I like to move. I'm hyperactive. So I decided to do theater, to communicate and learn, because human expressions we usually are not exposed to and we do not express. I will tell you the story how I started doing theater. Probably some of you might say, that's just me. I don't like theater. Some of you might say, oh no, theater is old-fashioned. I like movies better. Some of you might say, theater tickets are too expensive. I like to go and have a coffee with my friends. And some others said, I just don't understand theater. That is boring. That is for nerd, brainy guys that like poetry and painting and all this weird stuff. And I want to tell you something today. You love theater. You need theater. Maybe you just don't know it yet. And I would like to tell that story, the anecdote, how I get acquainted with theater. So maybe you start that journey too. I was in the university. I was studying business economics. I was not studying theater at all. I didn't want to do anything with theater. I thought theater was stupid. Becoming other people, I have better things to do. I have too much trouble with being myself. Being myself is too difficult already. Why should I become other people? But then, similar to the story from our first speaker, there was a girl. There's always a girl in every story. In this story is also a girl. She was going to drama school. I said, how can I approach her? Strategy number one, let's join the drama club. I can do that. I can go on stage and play around and become other people just to be closer to her. Something expected happened and something unexpected happened. The expected thing was that we fell in love and we started dating. The unexpected thing was that I fell in love with her too. I was not expecting that. There's a saying in Spanish, actors from Spain say, I've been bitten by the snake, the poisonous snake of fear. And then that poison runs on my body and never leaves me. Something like that I felt. Then the girl, if you were wondering, she left me. And I was very, very sad, but I managed to survive. But Peter never left me. Stroke right here, still with me after 12 years. But it was not an immediate process. How did I fall in love with Peter? How did I fall in love with those processes of the creative process of bringing a play on stage and communicating, expressing those human emotions that cannot otherwise be communicated? I was part of the production of a Greek tragedy. Greek tragedy. Women of Troy, 450 before Jesus Christ. Oh my God, that was like 2,400 years ago. Did these people, they didn't have iPads. That must be boring. They didn't have Facebook. So they went to the theater. That's why they like theater. This is so boring. 2,400 years ago. And then I got the character of TEDxYouth, a Greek soldier. I was better at soldier. I was in charge of communicating the women of Troy all the orders from the Greek army. I will tell you a little bit about this story. The show, or the play, goes about this group of women that are being taken as prisoners of war, are being taken as slaves by the winning army. They have been fighting, the Greeks and the Trojans have been fighting for more than 10 years. The Greek win over. They have killed all the men in Troy, all the warriors. Only women and children are left. And the women are taken as slaves. They take this girl, I take her as my slave. This girl goes to you. So the whole city of Troy is completely ravaged by war, destroyed. All the men are dead. And this woman, Andromache, is married to the prince, to the son of the king, who is also dead. Hector is dead, her husband. So Andromache has nothing left but his son. She has widowed. She's not, her country is destroyed, her husband is dead, all her family is gone, dead. And then this soldier that I was representing comes to tell the news. Your son, your 12-year-old son, we must kill him. Those are the orders from the Greeks. Because the prophecy says that when this young fella grows up, he will revenge Troy. He will kill the Greeks and he will revenge his father's death. We are afraid of this 12-year-old. So we have to kill him. And I'm in front of an actress that is representing the pain of losing a child. I don't think any parent expects to lose a child. And with this actress is representing this suffering. She says, this breast fed you in vain. You were supposed to be a king, not a victim of a war. Now your dad is dead. He cannot come and save you. And I'm just a woman that is going to be taken as a prisoner. And then she cried in a way that I've never seen before, expressing that pain. There is a superstition, and I'm not a superstitious person, but there's a superstition among actors that when you do a Greek tragedy, you usually lose a beloved one. And I didn't think it was going to be true until it happened. When I was performing the Troy of Women, my godmother and aunt passed away. The eldest sister to my mother. And I was the one in charge, just like that TEDx. My parents asked me to communicate that to my grandmother, the mother of my mother, that her daughter had died, my aunt. And when I told her, I saw her crying the exact same way Andromaca cried for the little boy 2,400 years ago. And I saw her suffering and crying the same way. But this time, I could understand the pain. I was speaking the same language. There's no gender, there's no time, there's no country, no space. It is about humans. And humans have been humans ever since and will continue to be. So anything you can do to get in touch to just emotions and manage them and lead them and succeed at having them in your heart and communicating with other human beings. That's what theater for me is about. Humans. And humans have been humans ever since and will continue to be. So anything you can do to get in touch to just emotions and manage them and lead them and succeed at having them in your heart and communicating with other human beings. That's what theater for me is about. And what I suggest you to explore in theater. Thank you very much.